about addressing that concept again about traveling or going somewhere for the sake of Allah, emigrating or temporarily emigrating, right? Or going somewhere for a cause for the sake of Allah, right? Then we just address this thing once and for all. Do I have a problem doing that? No, I don't. But I'm not going alone. Right? You see this thing about leaving everybody, right? And you had to go on a journey by yourself, right? I'm not doing that by myself. And I make it clear I'm not doing that by myself. And it's no, right? So when these forces come in your head, or you read in the Quran and you say, hey, you have to travel for the sake of Allah, right? Or go this way and that way, right? Or emigrate alone, right? In this world we live in, all you crazy. I, being honest, I wouldn't even, I expressed so much anger to what the British monarchy did. And even I wouldn't want to get to travel to Trinidad and Tobago alone to meet me. Even I wouldn't advocate for that. Right? So this thing about traveling for the sake of Allah, right? And life or death, even putting your life on the line, right? Them kind of thing, right? Hey, if all you want people to do that, especially females, right? Your mango fucking string in my teeth, right? If all you want people to do that, right? You get appropriate accompaniment for them, right? I wouldn't advocate even for throwing girls, any of them, right, to be coming down here to give repatriation or anything on their own, right? But get an accompaniment for them. Right? So any one of the Muslim fellows, Muslim teachers or knowledge want to accompany thrown girl to come to Trinidad and Tobago and meet me and give me some repatriation money for the country, all you're welcome to do that. Right? That is how Islam, right, the agenda that all you want to function with, that is how that's supposed to operate. Right? The Christianity and Islam agenda, that is how that's supposed to function. Right? Not going to Mecca for Hajj. Right? All you team up if all you really want to do spiritual religious work. Team up with the British monarchy and say, hey, all you own XYZ country that, right? Then all you come and visit me and give me the money and then all you feel free to go back and go Hajj if all you want. Right? But otherwise going to Hajj don't make sense. Right? That is how that's supposed to function. Right? Travel for the sake of Allah, but for who? All you have 1 million Muslim men going to Hajj. Right? And a couple earlier, right? Based on trust and early relationship with these people, because early is the ones, right, who top level Islam is the ones who in tandem supposedly with the British monarchy, right? So that's how that's supposed to function. Hey, early collaborate, come and meet me, right? Give the repatriation money and then only feel free to go back home. Right? So I don't want nothing to happen. I don't want to bring no harm to nobody. Right? I honestly do have in my heart hatred to say my hatred expressed here was based on what I experienced. So I don't personally have no hatred for no reason, right, towards any of the throne girls who I just call all the throne girls, right? Because all is royal by birth, all in a royal monarchy, right? So that's why it's called all the throne girls, right? I don't want nothing against all like that. Out of the blue. I say, hey, all you own money, I fight for it, right? And I advocate in politics to come and give me it. But I don't want to come by yourself. At the end of the day, all these females too. And anything can happen to it could have I aware, right? I could have a whole plane of traffickers, right? Waiting for all you. Right? I aware of that. Right? So I don't want to come by yourself like that, right? So that is our situation, right? So this is about emigrating for the sake of Allah and why I will never emigrate for that cause, right? Unless I have company who I trust. Because I'm not paying myself to be human trafficked. That's why I will never travel anywhere really by myself. Right? Anytime I travel and I say, hey, I want company to travel with, and I didn't really travel much in my life, right? But even traveling in a taxi is a problem. I really put myself there. Right? If I don't need to. The only time I'll do that is if push come to shove and I really have to do it, which might happen one day, right? And I have to do it, right? But I'm not doing it, right? If I do a company, I'm not doing it. By plane, by boat, by car, nothing. right? So, and plane was yet. Just imagine how unsafe, right? Me, right? That all it is be brave to pull it turn on plane, right? And let them travel country to country, not me, right? Not me, right? Because I aware, hey, a whole plane. So just imagine this life is such a movie, hey, a whole planes could have a whole array situation, right? Just to traffic one person. I not put myself in that partner, right? See that situation? Emigrate for the sake of Allah, right? Somebody want me there to come and get me, dog, right? Somebody want me, right? To emigrate for the sake of Allah or travel for the sake of Allah, you have to come and get me, right? And put me on a plane with you. And I had to trust you 101%, 126%, nothing less, nothing more, right? So I not doing them thing, right? Not me and that. Right? Because I not going on no plane and next thing you know, I put my flight to go one country and I end up in our next country. Right? Not me. Right? I distrust planes and flyings and pilots, right? I have a mistrust for a lot of things in this life after this incident, especially, right? So anybody, and I don't want to happen to anybody either, right? I don't want no girl. It could be how ill it is, right? I don't want you, right? Jump on a plane, right? And it have a whole group of human traffickers out there, right? Waiting to kill you or something because I don't want you dead, right? I just want you to give the money that all you're owing, right? I don't want you dead. That's the thing. I don't want you to be annihilated and taken out of life or kind of shit. Is a hey, all you're owing money, right? Get on a plane, right, with somebody you trust, deliver the money, right? Break out, right? Get somebody you trust, deliver the money, and then go back home. Right, that's all. I don't know what's so hard enough for people to understand, right? All you don't have top level security, all I'm saying, right? Around you. You know, so without nothing to frighten, right? So anyhow, right? That is about the flying thing, right? So I don't mind emigrating for the sake of Allah, but here, right? I had somebody who I really trust to do that with. Like, I not going to do that by myself. Look, as a 35-year-old female, right? I'm a female, right? I'm not going to jump on a plane by myself and emigrate and at 35 years set up by myself somewhere in a whole next country, all that kind of thing, right? If all you want me to do that, all you have to come and get me. I don't mind spending, like I said, I don't mind spending the rest of my life in Palestine, in the Middle East, right? I don't care, right? But somebody had to come and get me. If all you want me, right? Come and get me if all you want me. If all you don't want me, fine. But if all you want me, you had to come and get me, that's all, right? So, that's just how I feel about that verse now, right? That's how I feel about that verse, right? Because I do have a family of my own, meaning that meaning one I create now. Like I do have a family that I bring, I have a partner with, and I had a child, nothing like that. I didn't have a child. I do have a child, right? Never had a child, never had an abortion, nothing like that, right? So it's not that I have a family that I help to create, right? So I on my own, in the sense of me being on my own as in a future life now, right? So it had nothing to say, well, I leaving behind this or leaving behind that, right? At my age, typically, most females in the world right now have a child, have a husband, right? It's just we here, right? And if I had to go in the Middle East, right, and do work for the sake of Allah, I don't mind doing that. But is that I not going by myself? That's all I'm saying, right? So that book when it say, oh, for those who do that, emigrated because of Allah, that is best, right? That's setting up yourself to be kidnapped if you don't have company. If you don't have company, is setting is a stage and a kidnapping for yourself. if you don't have company or company you trust, right? And I really know on that scene, right? Good.